Oops, not yet. Good morning, everybody. I was a
Look,
little
you might have,
jumping up
well,
there.
and you may have seen it on your side before you may have noticed something changing, Teepa, before I
Oh,
noticed
before
something.
you notice something changing.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's Teepa and Matthew this morning, and Matthew had a real life experience. And so we decided, yeah, it's worth talking about. Matthew, I'm in North Carolina, and we have had a massive amount of rain of late. We're very fortunate, but this morning when I was going to yoga at 5:30, there was a tree down in the road. Fortunately, it was only I could get the smaller branches off my side, and then I called 911 about the other side because it's a pretty big tree. It's like, so we have so much water in the ground; it's so rapid. We've gone from a 9-inch drought, like we're in severe extreme what's called extreme drought condition, but then this past week we got somewhere around 4 inches of rain, but we're still in drought condition. However, the topsoil is so wet because we're getting these massive storms, that trees are going over with just a little bit of wind or leaning even. But you guys over there in Kansas, you're to experience something different. So what's happening over your way?
Yeah, to like the total opposite. So we're not getting any rain
Hmm.
whatsoever. We're actually getting a lot of heat. We're like in a
Yeah.
heat dome. And
Oh, we
so
had those,
even
but that was the week before. We did that, but not
well,
maybe not quite as bad as you.
yeah, well, this may be coming your way. I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
I know
great.
sometimes when we get, you guys end up getting, but
Yes.
the temperature is averaging anywhere between 98 degrees to 99 degrees. But then
Yeah.
with everything else added on to it, the heat index is up to like 110 to 120. And yesterday, where I'm at, we actually experienced 120-degree heat index. And so it felt like 120 degrees when you went outside.
Yeah.
That is the AC unit running 24/7. That is, I mean, oh my gosh, hot.
Yeah. And also, what was your humidity? Because that's one of our problems, is not only that, but we have high humidity, which means your skin doesn't have a way to get rid of the moisture because there's so much moisture in the air. It's hard to perspire.
Yeah. Yeah. 90%.
90% humidity. Oof.
90% humidity. Yeah.
Wow.
On top of
Yeah.
that, you're breathing soup. You're underwater.
It's like really hard. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Arizona supposedly has dry heat, but we don't. We have this really wet stuff.
Yeah.
So when we talk about supporting someone with brain change and supporting yourself, let's say you're in an environment where you've got to keep the AC going, and you have the luxury of AC. We have a lot of people out there who don't even have AC; they're just using fans, and they're trying to figure out how to do this with fans. And then there's power outages, and that's pretty miserable. So
Yeah.
this is high risk. The older you get, the higher the risk goes, for heat problems, because the less you have to exchange heat, you lose your subcutaneous layers of support. So you're more and more at risk for having complications. Plus, let's add people are marginally hydrated. Let's add that they're not out in the heat that often for that long, or if they are, not like this. And so they may used to be out there doing gardening, and so they aren't really as aware of what it means to have a heat index of 120 with great humidity. And so they're out doing their regular routine and think everything's okay. Now, Matthew, what did you pick up on when you were out? Because you were out doing something with the air, trying to like shelter the air conditioner a little bit so that it had some shade. So that
Yeah. Well,
helped. But what?
the very first thing I noticed, Teepa, was just the immediate, like my body was trying to sweat, like within an instant. I didn't even have to do anything. My body was trying to sweat, was trying to cool
Yep.
itself off. And then really quickly after that, I started to feel not well. Like I just didn't feel good in the moment.
Uh-huh.
Like it was just too much, and I needed
So,
to get out of what I was in.
how was your breathing?
It was probably quickly and more shallow at times if I wasn't paying attention to it. If I wasn't really like, especially while I was wrestling, trying to get the shade right
Yep.
and move everything
Yep.
around.
Holding your breath a little bit, using upper body strength.
Yeah.
So when we're in these situations and we're trying to get it done, and we just want to hurry up and get it done so we don't have to go back out, we actually are at increased risk because we actually activate a lot of systems that are hard for us to then pay attention to what's actually happening to us. And so things like respiration, perspiration, and clear thinking are things that can be indicators that you're getting close to having problems here, like a heat stroke, or you're really challenging your body's ability to tolerate this environment. And I'm curious, Matthew, how much prep did you do going out? Did you put the cool cloth on your head? Did you put like sunscreen or anything? Like, I mean, yeah, no.
No prep, because my thought process was it shouldn't take me too long. I mean, I should literally just go out there, put it where it needs to go, and then I can come right back in. So that was my
And you
thought.
didn't have a big umbrella, like a golf umbrella with you or something like that?
No umbrella, none of that stuff. Just t-shirt and shorts and my sandals, and just whoop,
and how well hydrated were you before you went out?
Okay, so I do feel like, especially since it's warmer in the house and everything, drinking a lot of water. I have been drinking a lot of water and was drinking a lot of water yesterday.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. So you've raised the temperature in the house a little bit.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I mean, we have the thermostat set at 71, but it made it up to, I think 82 was the highest it made it, and that's the high. It's thermostats.
That's as high as it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. You've got me sort of curious. Inside, have you thought about bringing the temperature up to 75 and then putting fans on?
So we have
or turning on the overhead fans, or
we have the overhead fans on, and they're clicked to be able to take the cooler air and bring it up, and spread it out. We have some fans that were placed around a couple of vents. So as the air is coming up, the fan is hopefully grabbing the cooler air and spreading it. And okay, and this is not, I do not get any money for this, and I'm no royalties from this company. But the vent covers that they sell that have fans in them, they work. My son's room, who is the farthest away from the AC unit, or from the HVAC unit, right? And of course, over the garage on the west side of the house. So as the setting sun comes down, it cooks his room.
Yeah.
It always gets hot no matter what we've tried. We put that vent cover in there with the fans, and oh my gosh, his room is the coolest room out, even cooler than the basement, believe it or not. The basement, I mean, it gets super cold in there. So they work. So we've tried some different things to help the house stay cooler than what it is actually on that thermostat.
Yeah. So the hard part is your system is working super hard. And that's pretty much what human systems do too. They work super hard, try to do the thing that we're asking them to do. But sometimes when the external conditions are such, I mean, there's only so much they can do. And so looking at layering and looking at light layering for some older adults, because what their brain says is there's air movement. I'm cold. And it's like, there's no way you could be cold. Except they feel cold because the air is moving across the hairs, kind of thing. So sometimes we have to be willing to be flexible in our thinking, and we have to challenge ourselves. What else can we try? And for some people, drinking hot coffee or a hot drink actually makes them feel cooler. For other people, drinking a cool drink makes them feel cooler. And for other people, it's highly variable. It's called individualized care. But what we want to be thoughtful about is keeping track of hydration, perspiration, respiration. Those are the three characteristics. And then, of course, you could do pulse. But those are the three quickly visible, aware kind of things that you can do that help safeguard yourself and someone else. And then be super sensitive to time. When should I go outside? When the sun is directly overhead, or should I be looking when there's some shade? If there's no real shade, can I create shade? How can I protect myself to some degree if I do have to be out? And how can I limit how long I'm out and get myself ready? And for some people, the transition needs to be slower. So like when I go from 72 to 120, that's a pretty quick transition.
So Teepa, this has got me curious, because you're giving us a lot of great things to pay attention to, the clues. Thinking about when you're living with brain change, especially something, a diagnosis that's causing some neurodegeneration.
Yep.
When have you noticed in the journey, does somebody actually start to have a hard time or have challenges with that understanding, that communication piece of, okay, I'm really hot, I need to go get cool, or I need to do some things to get cool? Because I know we've gotten some questions in the past about, you know, how do I help to support somebody who is going to be going outside and to stay hydrated and all that stuff. And so there are points where I'm able to communicate and tell you, yeah, I'm too hot, or I need to go in, or I need something cool to drink. And then there's going to be potentially points where I'm not recognizing that anymore, and I'll just keep going. And if I'm not getting support, then there's a good chance I could end up with heat stroke or dehydration.
So here's the challenge, Matthew. You could be classically in a diamond state, but when we put you in this really risky environment and then give you a task and it has a finite end, and you're just trying to get done what you usually get done, your brain could start to shift into an emerald state or into even an amber state, even though you started off the activity in a diamond state. So the honest answer is, ooh, there really isn't a safe place or space to make this judgment call, because you yourself said, I just wanted to get that done. And even though I knew better, I took some risks doing it. And even after just a few minutes, I felt bad. And all it would take was, yes, but the yeah buts. Yeah, but I just want to, yeah, but but it was just going to, yeah, but. So that idea of, if we're someone in another self, that we like to get things done, and if it means we're a little uncomfortable for a bit to get it to happen, we are actually at higher risk than the people who are like, no, this is uncomfortable, I'm not going to do this right now.
Well, and so should as someone who's supporting a person, should we go up to them and say, hey, look, it's way too hot out here, you shouldn't be out here, you shouldn't do this stuff? Is that
probably not? Because probably, I know when I need to go in. I'm not an idiot, I've done this before. But I mean, I'll be honest, 120 is pretty unusual. I would say 110 in our, I mean, what we're experiencing is not a routine thing that what we tend to experience. And yet it's close enough to what we've experienced before. It can trick you, especially in the morning and in the, like early afternoon when we've got some shade where we didn't have it. It can trick us into thinking, oh, well, I'll just walk down the street and go get something. And it's like, So it's only when you're in the middle of it. That's why I say things like respiration, perspiration, and what was it? Respiration, perspiration,
hydration,
and cognition.
Hydration,
cognition. Yeah, sort of like keeping track of those things and being aware. That's pretty much, and time. How much time? Because very short little windows, okay. Staying out longer, people think they're still okay. They're really not, and they may not be noticing those other Asians.
All right, so Teepa, I have an ask. Okay, so I'm gonna be the guy who is out there, and I'm just gonna get the job done in 120.
Oh, hey Matthew.
Hey, yeah.
Listen, I have a big favor to ask of you. I know you're busy.
Well,
I have something in here. The control on the AC thing. I need you to take a look at it with me. Something's weird about it, and I don't know what it is. I need your eye on it for just a minute. Come here. Let me show you what it is.
All right. Well, I was trying to get this done, I guess.
I know. I apologize. It's called an interjection with a request for assist. I could use your help. A very specific something to look at is always a good one. I need your eye on. I need you to take a look at this. I need you to help me with this if somebody likes to help. I have something I can't figure out. I'm stuck, and it doesn't seem okay. Now, before I come out, I have to create that situation if there isn't one. And this is one of those moments where, ooh, is that lying? And it's like, well, no, because the reality is you're not safe. But if I try to tell you you're not safe, we've had this discussion before, that's not going to work. So I've got to figure out how to get you safe without having an argument with you, because truly, this is, in some cases, could very well be a life or death situation.
Yeah. Well, and you brought up the fact too, Teepa, you did some prep. You used your pipes.
Yeah.
your prep was you created a situation so that when we do come in, there is something. It isn't
Something
just
for you to look at.
I need you to do something. I need you, and then we get in there, and then that's now disappeared. And I'm
So
wondering,
this is me always looking around. What are some tasks that might somebody could use some help with? Because I usually have a laundry list somewhere, and it's up in the corner of a cork board or a whiteboard where I have just lists of things that have come up that I could have somebody look at or take a look at. Like I'm thinking of mounting this fan outside, but I need to find the screws that or bolts or whatever I need. Can you take a look and tell me whether you think it should be bolts or screws?
yeah,
It's a real thing.
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't
Yeah,
need you to put it up, but I need you to come look at this because I want us to have a fan out here.
yeah, 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 exactly.
So, all right,
Yeah.
everybody. For those of you out there who are experiencing extreme weather, and people that you care about and love are doing things that tend to be helpful, but also are now living with some changes that might make it risky or even dangerous to do, whether it's due to storms or whether it's due to fires or whether it's due to rain or whether it's due to wind or whether it's due, you name it. In the winter, it's cold. In the summer, it's heat. We need to get really thoughtful about how we try to support, because if we do some of our more traditional expectations versus agreements, we're going to end up with both of us potentially in trouble. So, till next time, take care of yourself, take care with your care, and take it easy in the heat. See you soon.
Thanks, Teepa. Bye, everybody.